This real quick. The retirement of Dion Phaneuf. This one's for you, Dion. All right. For my man, Dion Phaneuf. The man is my age. He plays defense, left-handed, I believe. I think he's left-handed. Wore number 3. I mean, the guy is me if I was actually successful at hockey. You know what I mean? He's married to my first ever TV crush. Well, not first ever, I guess, but one of my first ever early teenage crushes. Popular Mechanics for kids when you're 10, 11, 12, whatever. You're looking at Miss Alicia Cuthbert and Jay Baruchel, who I also still love from that show in a very platonic kind of way, you know? But he's still stuck around in my memory too. Those two, you fell in love with her when you were a 12-year-old, but you also wanted to be Jay Baruchel because the kid was having so much fun. You know, that forever now, whatever they do, I'm always excited by it. And sure enough, they're a defenseman that I really like and admired growing up. Because I'm well, not growing up, but in my 20s, I'm oh man, I relate to that guy. I relate to that. I always felt like he played how I wished I would have played as a professional hockey player or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, way to go, Dion, buddy. You're you're like me if my life had gone even better, you know, financially and skill-wise and all that stuff. So I'm always rooting for you, and I'm happy he was doing his whole thing here in Toronto. You know, look, it was a rough time for the Leafs all around. They were hoping he could pull them out of it single-handedly, or maybe with the help of Phil Kessel. They were really just banking on the two of them. And they got lucky with some other pieces. Don't get me wrong. Bozak was good. JVR was awesome. There were some good players that kind of came out of that era. But really, they weren't even being treated like superstars yet. They were not even star players. You know what I mean? When they were starting with Toronto, they were Toronto was taking a risk on cheap guys, and they got lucky on a few. But doesn't mean the team was doing well. That was a dark period. And for a guy to put all that on his shoulders like Dion did. Hey, he wasn't the best defenseman in the league, but he was certainly somebody I respected the way he played, for sure. I love it. So, hey, here's to you, Captain. You know what I mean? I hope that's enough about that. Man, I got to say, though, about tonight, okay? Does anybody play defense better than 44 in blue? Huh? You know what I mean? Number 44 for the blue team tonight was just tearing it up, playing defense like I've never seen anybody play before. You know what I mean? And it's a shame y'all didn't see it. There's no way any of you could have seen it, because I'm not even talking about Morgan Riley. I'm talking about my son. For the first period, I was basically at his game, you know, watching him do his thing. And I love how he's coming along, man. He's reminded me of me, but better. You know, me, but way better. Already way better. So I'm always just impressed every time he takes to the ice. So if I show him this later, all right? Good job, buddy. You know you did well, all right? Number 44 in blue. Looking swell tonight. All right, but the actual Morgan Riley was doing pretty well too, though. I think he was also doing quite well. I think the lesson for tonight, I mean, this is what it's all about, right? Is in hockey, sometimes you got to just throw it on net, right? It doesn't always have to be pretty. If a goalie's not getting enough shots, it shouldn't matter where you shoot it from at that point. It doesn't matter. Take bad angle shots. Get the goalie working. You know what I mean? Get them expending energy, because that makes the other shots that you've been previously getting that aren't working. It increases the chance of them going in, because now the goalie's more fatigued, right? So wear him out with bad shots till you can get some more good shots. But start getting shots, man. I mean, you know, you look at the Matthews goal, and I could say that that's just throwing it on net. But when you're an elite talent like him, all right, his throwing it on net is still being able to pick any spot on the net along the posts, because they're always aiming for that outer perimeter, right? Just inside the post. And these guys have it down so well that a guy as good as Matthews, when he just throws it on net, as long as there's nobody in the way, there's a good chance from wherever he's shooting, he's gonna aim for right inside that post. He's just that good. But mark my words, I don't think that was a too well thought out plan. I think he just threw it on net. You know what I mean? I think he just threw it on net, but he's an elite level talent, so that's how good it can look, right? But the second goal, same thing, right? Second goal was the same thing. I even forget who got it. Was it Kasha who got it? Instincts? I forget. But the pass from behind the net, and it was just a quick slide it on net, man. You don't know. Maybe the goalie's not paying attention. Maybe they haven't set up right. Maybe they stumbled. You don't know. It was Kasha to Kampf. That's right. Camp. How do you say that? It's Kampf. Yeah, that's right. So the two of them, you know, it was a play. They were trying to do it, but they didn't worry about making it pretty. You know what I mean? It was just get the puck to him, shovel it on net, let's be quick about it, and let's just go for one. And it paid off again. Some goalies, I'm not saying about, was it Saros tonight? I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about him. This might not be him at all. But when you're testing a goalie, sometimes goalies have a harder time with the random chances than they do with the well-planned out strategic shots. Some goalies really can read a play well. And when they see a play going the way it's supposed to in their mind, they're anticipating every move because they're like, oh, if I was him, I'd pass it over there, then over to this guy. Well, bam! And it looks like I just did a quick zigzag to make the save, but really, I'm just banking on the fact that I've seen this play 100 times or whatever. I'm ready for it, you know? Whereas spin around and just shovel it on the net, sometimes goalies get caught flat-footed, you know? And you can catch them off guard with a quick play like that. So that's the lesson. You know what I mean? You got to score them like that. Sometimes, if the opportunities are presenting themselves the right way, start getting tricky with it. So, I mean, keep it up. It was working, right? It gets you through the tough times. And so does Jack Campbell, right? Another shutout for Jack Campbell. Holy jeez. This guy is playing so well, he's going to price himself right out of this team. And here's the thing. Here's my theory about something like that, okay? Because if Campbell keeps playing this well, right, he's going to be worth more money next season when his contract needs to be up or needs to be resigned. That, like, the Leafs might not want to keep him anymore if they've got all their money tied up. I don't know. Maybe they'll clear some space some other ways. But the point is, if he's good this year, though, that's all you need. You know? Because if he was good enough, if he keeps playing this well, and if he gets even a little better, now we're talking real shots about real runs in the playoffs. And you never know, man, if you were to win a cup, dare I say, if you were to win a cup, you know what I mean? You can keep Campbell and then, like, trade one of the top four because you got your cup now. Everyone will back off. You think they would really mind so much in the Toronto media and stuff like that if they move a Willie Nylander? You know what I mean? Somebody like that. Or even a Kerfoot or somebody like that. Like, I don't know who's up for contracts or whatnot. I rarely follow the business. But if you win a cup, you can easily clear enough space to keep Campbell. Just got to ditch somebody that was a little more expensive that people don't think you're going to trade right away. You never know, right? I mean, literally, no one is ever off the table in hockey. If you're smart as a GM, someone makes me a good deal for Matthews, I'm taking him. You know what I mean? If it's a good deal for Matthews, Matthews is out the next day. If it's a deal that I truly believe is going to make the team better and not worse, I owe it to the team to do it. It's a tough decision, but that's the business of the game, right? That's the business of the game. So what I'm saying is if Campbell plays this well, he's going to be worth a little too much next season, and either somebody else we like has got to go, which will depend on the Leafs' success. The higher they go, the higher up a player they could probably ditch and still be cool, right? Or Campbell won't be here next year. You know what I mean? Campbell won't be here next year because he's too expensive. I don't know. But I know Dubas is amazing at what he does. And I say that those are the two options. But knowing Doobie over there, right? He's just going to come up with some third one that I don't even see coming. And before you know it, we get a superstar goalie, an elite talent goal. We get Vasilevsky coming our way in some 3-player deal. And all we're giving up is Jack Campbell somehow. And taking on like $500 or $500,000 salary from somebody else. Like, that's Dubas for you. I think the options are this or this. That's it. Dubas always seems to come right through that. And it's like, wha-bam! Here's the other way you didn't think of, idiots. Wha-boom! There's my magic dust. Wha-boom! Dubas. I mean, what a guy, right? I mean, you guys following along? Do you guys agree with any of this stuff? Am I making sense? Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I think I completely lose you guys in my ramblings. Which I don't blame you for. I ramble a lot. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I like what I see from a guy like that. I like what I see from a guy like Dubas. And you know what? Yeah, you love what Dubas has done, frankly. You know what I mean? That bottom six is all him. That's the thing, is he's so good at figuring out those nice pieces on the cheap that you can bring in and make your team that much better. A guy like Wayne Simmons, I mean, how does Dubas not get a round of applause for that? Getting Wayne Simmons and Jason Spezza for $700K. Well, I guess Wayne's a few million, right? Wayne's a few million, I think. But Spezza for $700K, though. That's a steal. That's a steal. You know what I mean? Just because he likes it here? Oh, that's what you want, man. We had Thornton for pretty cheap, too. I mean, these were good guys. They got us through some tough times. You know? So, I know we want to get to the next level. It's going to be awesome, right? When we do. But at the same time, I gotta stop saying wait. When they get there, they're the ones earning it. I'm not. I'm a guy sitting in my chair. I need to stop saying we. I think maybe we should all stop saying we. When we talk about the Leafs, let's say they. And when people ask us why, we can say because they're the ones working their butts off for it, not me. I'm just cheering for them, you know? That might be a good lesson for us all. All right? But when they get to that next level, it is going to be awesome. And I think they can do it. So going to the next level. What's another team that's going to the next level? I saw a thing that's going around now of everyone talking about the refs in the playoffs specifically, and now apparently in the regular season too, are just taking it out on McDavid all the time. Now I know I'm a Leafs thing, and I should probably stay out of this. But I saw some other major personalities online sounding off about this ref situation with Edmonton. All right. And as much as I may respect you all, chill, all right? There's nothing that's happening to McDavid that's not happening to anybody else. Unless someone can show me, and this may exist, but so far no one's able to bring it up, but show me a comparison between all the missed calls against McDavid, and I know there's people really recording them and everything right now. Okay, cool, you got your McDavid stats. Now do it for our top four, first of all. I mean, I know they're not as good as McDavid, but I'm just saying, those are our elite guys. Right? 4. I'll give you 3. We'll keep Tavares out of it because he's more of like a leadership guy. So the top 3, I want to know how many penalties get missed on Matthews, Marner, and Nylander. Okay? And then show me all the other teams too, straight up. It's not even a Leafs thing. Like show me Crosby and Malkin, and you know what I mean? Show me Ovechkin. Show me Stamkos. You know what I mean? Show me Patty Kane. Show me all of them. I want to see all the missed calls that their stars get. Because I'm telling you, there is nothing more significant about McDavid's calls, all right? That's it. And I know this whole argument, how can you deny that the playoff rules are different? They're not. I know that they are. We see something that's different, okay, on the ice. So it looks like more penalties are being missed, but it's because more penalties are recurring. Right? I've used this example once before, so hopefully I'm not boring some of you in the chat right now, okay? But like record this, show all your best friends, whatever you want to do, all right? This is why playoff hockey is different in the playoffs than regular season. It's not the rules. The rules are not changing. Refs are not relaxing the rules, okay? You're on the highway and everyone's doing exactly 100 kilometers an hour. They're not going over like we all do, all right? They're all going exactly 100 kilometers an hour, all right? I don't know what that is for you Americans in your highway systems, but in Canada, we're going 100 kilometers an hour on the highway. Now a cop sees you do 130. Only you flying past everybody at 130. You think they're going to get a speeding ticket? Of course, because in the regular season, people are too afraid to get penalties, so they are not playing as aggressively, right? Because they want to stay under that 100 kilometers. They want to keep it safe. For the most part, just put your team behind for 2 minutes. I mean, you do it enough times, you're benched, right? So they're taking less penalties because they're too nervous about getting those 2 minutes. Get to the playoffs, and now you have current highway, okay? Everyone's going 120 to 150, depending on where you are. You know, the long stretches, people are amping it up. Through major cities, they're toning it down. But, you know, in the fast lane, you can definitely go about 120 and not get pulled over. Why? Because everybody's breaking the rules, man. Everybody's breaking the rules. And the cops can't stop everybody. So the reason why playoff hockey is different is because players stop caring so much about getting 2 minutes. They're willing to take that risk because it means everything to them. Everything to get that cup. So you got everybody breaking the rules at all times against everybody. The refs can only call so much. It becomes more obvious to you because you're sitting at home watching it going, well, that's not what happened in the regular season. Yeah, well, in the regular season, there wasn't 48 slashes a period. In the regular season, there wasn't roughing every 2.5 minutes. There wasn't. Now there is. And do you want to see that get called all the time? You know what I mean? Really? Just let it go, man. Just let it go. The refs have to. to keep things interesting. They talk about the ref control stuff or whatever, the game management or whatever they call it, right? Because they heard that ref say something about the penalties before. I think it was during a Nashville game, you know? And yeah, they've controlled it for our entertainment, man, the entire time. That's what the NHL is trying to do. Because it makes the most sense, money-wise, right, to get a product that's exciting to watch. That's it. To keep things as even as possible. It's like Super Mario Brothers, you know, Super Mario Kart. When you're too far ahead in the race, all of a sudden all the bot players start speeding up, and they're catching up. You know? It's rubber banding. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the game interesting. All right? So it does the refs no good to extra punish guys like McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews, Marner. I don't want calls protecting them any different than anybody else. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, that's what happens. All right? It's going to happen every playoffs. So deal with it. Get over it. It's part of hockey. All right? Now, as far as regular season stuff, okay, the reason why a guy like McDavid is going to have a lot more missed calls, how many more times does he have the puck? Right? Let's use Toronto as the example. If I give that puck to Wayne Simmons, okay, and he's got two guys in front of him, does Wayne Simmons go try and go through them, or does he play it safe, go around and try and wait for backup, or play it into the corner and go for a line change, or whatever? You know what I mean? Is Wayne Simmons more likely to try and dance through two people or go around the outside? Of course, he's going to try and play it safe. He gets paid to play it safe for the most part, right? Matthews is expected to be good enough to wiggle his way through both of them, but that puts you at risk for more incidental contact, okay? If you're going to take more dangerous, risky plays, you're going to get collided with more. You're going to get tripped up more, all right? Because you're making your body a lack of priority. You're saying, I need to get this puck through by any means necessary. I'm wiggling and shimmying my way through, and I don't care what happens to my body. Whereas Simmons is like, if I get taken out, I'm losing a shift. So I got to make sure I'm playing it safe, doing the right responsible thing, and making a better play. Because he's not Matthews, right? I don't know what the equivalents are for Edmonton, but it's the same thing there. All right? Draisaitl, McDavid, these guys are taking riskier plays, so they're going to fall down more. It's what happens. Let's deal with it, all right? So enough about it. And I don't want to hear some other people rambling away on podcasts and stuff like that have never played a real serious league of hockey ever in their life, not even as a kid. You know what I mean? You never had anything on the line. You don't know what it's like to deal with referees and what's going on out there. So stop acting like you do. All right? Good teams beat good players all the time. It doesn't matter if they have to do it by being chippy or they can play a clean game too. All right? McDavid's not going to win every game because he's McDavid. If you call every penalty, it doesn't somehow magically make McDavid better than an entire team of people that their whole purpose is to stop McDavid. All right? He's an elite player. He's the best in the league as far as I'm concerned. I think he's one of the greatest. He's going to be one of the greatest of all time. I know it already. All right? But he's not going to win every game, and the refs are not the ones doing it to him. So enough talk about refs. I'm done. Does that make sense? Oh boy, that was an extra large rant. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you had a good time. I mean, that's pretty much what I have to say about everything tonight. I know I missed a lot of things, but like I said, I tried to catch up. I was at my son's game there for the first period. So, hey, until this thing becomes a legit business that I can like do this and only this, you know what I mean? And it pays the bills. I still gotta have a life outside of it, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be here for every game necessarily, or see every moment of every game. It's just not gonna happen. But I do my research, man. I go back and watch the highlights. Maple Leafs Instagram is always posting up the goals like right after they happen, so at least I see that. I'm keeping in touch. I'm watching them stats and everything like that. All right? When you're this good, you don't have to see every moment to know what's going on. All right? So let's get into what you're saying. Is anybody still there? Did I rant all of you away? If anybody has any opinions or anything like that right now, jump on in. And for anyone who watches this on YouTube afterwards, I gotta say, man, you keep missing it. You keep missing all the live stuff. This is where the good action's at. All right? So tell me what I missed, Larder5.